Alright guys, how you doing? So I thought I'd do a bit of a talky kind of bit more of a chilled out video, just explaining what to do if you're thinking about going to a 7 string. I've had quite a few questions and I've seen a few things online of people thinking about jumping to 7 string but they're not sure exactly what it entails. So I thought I'd just do a quick video explaining a few things which I've kind of picked up along the way and what I can pass on to you guys. So I started playing 7 string guitars in about 2011, I think. Yeah, it was. Christmas 2011 I got my first 7 string, and I was also in that mindset of I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to kind of adapt this to my playing. So this my new guitar is an Ibanez RG7321, and I'm going to use this just to basically explain exactly how a 7 string works. So a 7 string consists of 7 strings. These strings between my thumb and my finger are your standard tuning. I hope this is in tune. Almost. Yeah, so those are E, A, D, G, B, E. The standard tuning, what we know and love. And finally, the 7th string is a low B. People seem to think that the 7th string is in fact a higher string, so it would be another A, or that it's a low string but it's like a D or a C or something like that. No, it's essentially, imagine drop B, then that B is the 7th string. So my second point is about jumping from 6 string to 7 string, and also how you incorporate it into your playing, that kind of thing. So there's two ways to think about it, and it all depends on how you reference the guitar. And when I say reference, I mean which string do you use to kind of navigate the fretboard. So if you use the high E, then it's relatively quite simple. All you need to do is just kind of figure out what the notes are and you should be set. But from my experience, I use the low E to navigate the fretboard. So what I did is I pretended the low B didn't exist. Simply, it's a 6 string, but there's an extra string which I never used. Slowly but surely, I started incorporating the D, which is the 3rd fret. And then if I was playing an E minor, obviously that would be the 7th. And slowly but surely started incorporating those notes into my playing. It's a very, very gradual thing, but after a while it did start to kind of make sense, and it started to become more and more used in my playing. So one thing I would recommend is learn the notes on the 7th string, and then don't automatically jump in playing all those notes at once, because you will lose yourself. Slowly but surely use one note at a time and incorporate it more and more into your playing. And point 3 is going to address the fact that, oh, I thought these 7 strings are for metal and that kind of stuff. Quick answer, it's not. If you look at bands such as Animals as Leaders, I know they use 8 strings, but it's still an extended range guitar, so it still works in this context. They use the lower strings to, for example, improve voicings on chords to make them sound a lot more fuller. Don't forget this note is a bassy note, so it allows you to get a much more rich sound, a lot more textured sound. And also the fact that you don't have a bassist, so it also helps having the lower strings to make up for that. And also if you look at someone like Rob Scallon, he uses an extended range guitar in an absolutely perfect way. He uses it for tapping and all that kind of... You know what, I'll put a link in the description so you can go and see him, and also Animals as Leaders as well. They're a great way to see how you can use an extended range guitar for much more than metal. And finally, my last point is to do with what you should do if you're thinking about getting a 7 string. From my experience, what I did is I got a cheap £150 7 string, give me a second, which was this guitar. It is a Gear for Music Black Knight 7 string. As I said, it cost me £150. I absolutely love it to death. It's a great, I absolutely love the natural finish on it as well. But anyway, I got this guitar with the sole intention of, if it doesn't work for me, then I can just sell it, or you know, I've not lost a lot of money because it's only £150. That's one way to do it. Get a cheap guitar, and you know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. The second thing what you can do is to go to a guitar shop and try one out. A lot of people seem to think that the jump from 6 to 7, like, it's a very, very big fretboard, and it is to begin with. It is a bit of a jump, but after like a day or two, then you will get used to the size of it. And believe it or not, the neck is not actually as big as you might think. If I get my Ibanez and just compare them, so I have them both here, they're both exactly in the same position, I've got them level, And as you can see, the necks aren't really massively different. A lot of people seem to think that you if you play the 6 string all the time, that 7 strings tend to be like an absolutely ginormous jumper and it feels like a cricket bat. If you're worried about that, then I would recommend going for something like an Ibanez, as the necks tend to be a lot thinner than say for example like a Fender or a Gibson or something like that. So this has been a quick video, just explaining my history with 7 strings. It's been a bit rambly, I know. So if you want to see any more types of videos like this, maybe you want me to talk about pedal boards or a little bit more about 7 strings, then do let me know. And also if you do have any questions or queries about jumping to 7 strings, then do put it in the comments and I will try my best to answer them. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.